Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. This is from the Word GDA Coffee with Legends. My name is Lucas Martins, and I am your host here. This is an initiative led by the City of Atlanta, Mayor's Office of International Affairs. And that's a wonderful opportunity to interact with, to connect with amazing Atlanta's sports figures, international figures. And here they're gonna share a little bit about their experiences here in the capital of the state of Georgia, the Atlanta's whole in their careers. And today I have an amazing guest because guys, when I said that I would do my best to bring amazing guests, I mean it. So today I will have the honor to interview an Olympic medalist. It's the first time that I have the opportunity to talk to somebody who got a medal in the Olympics. So before I start the conversation, I'm gonna read her bio just to make sure I'm not going to mess it up. So first of all, she's an Atlanta native. I need to highlight that. She's an American track and field athlete. As I said, she's also a 2016 Olympic medalist and lifestyle influencer, and having traveled to over 45 countries for competitions and philanthropy. She's eager to engage her fans to come along the journey with her as she trains for the next Olympics in Tokyo, Japan. So welcome, Kristi Hollywood Castlin.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here. So why Hollywood? Because actually this is not your middle name. This is a nickname, right?
Yes, of course. So when I was in high school running summer track, we were trained right at Cheney Stadium. And my summer track coach, Tony Bennett, I would always wear these big sunglasses and I had this big personality. I did cheerleading as well in high school. So he would say, "Well, you coming out to the track, what do you think, you Hollywood? Like, you think you Hollywood? I'm going to start calling you Hollywood." So that's how I kind of got the nickname Hollywood. I never really had a nickname before that. So that was pretty cool.
That's fantastic. So usually my first question for our guest is the following. What is your connection with the city of Atlanta? I know that you were born here, but I would like to learn from you. How do you connect with the city?
Yeah, born here. I actually went to high school in Douglasville, Georgia, but my mom kept us very connected in the community all the time. My entire family lives in Atlanta. No one even lives in another state right now. So it's just a place that's very special to me, even back in 2016, after winning the Olympic bronze medal in Rio, just the support and just overall feeling of community and atmosphere that I always receive when I come back home to Atlanta, that always is just really important to me. And I keep it in my heart when I'm traveling internationally, when I'm competing, because it's just, I love to represent my people, represent the community, and really just be an ambassador for the city.
And I'm pretty sure you're doing a fantastic work. So my second question is, so how did you start practicing your sport? Did it happen in Atlanta?
Well, it actually happened. It happened in Atlanta because, again, I was always, growing up, my brother actually did more sports than I did. I didn't do a lot of sports. I was always like the water girl or the ball girl or something like that when he was playing like Parks and Rec at Sandtown and, even in Decatur at Gresham Park. So we were always in the greater Atlanta area. And I started running track. I was really good in PE, really good in PE, and was very fast. And they always wanted to get me to come out to the track team. So actually in the 9th grade, that's when I started running track.
So when we go to your website, and there we have your bio right there, and you highlight that you had the opportunity to travel to more than 45 countries. So that said, when you were a child, a teenager, when you start practicing track and field, have you ever imagined that you would have an international career?
You know, I always, I guess, imagined when I got in high school that I would go to the Olympics and win a medal and things like that. But I would have never really dreamed of as much as I've traveled at this point now. I've been to more countries than states. So, I mean, it was just, it really changed my life, has been just an amazing experience. Every different country I go to, I always absorb the culture. I go out and explore. The very first country that I ever went to was Bermuda when I went outside the country. And then Brazil was the first country that I competed in internationally, Sao Paulo. So that was really good. So it was
That's
full.
my city. I was
Really?
born in São Paulo. Yes.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. So that was the first, that's the first gold medal that I won was in Sao Paulo. So that was really nice. And then 10 years later, you know, went to the Olympics in Rio. So it was a kind of a full circle experience there. So love international travel. I just, you know, it really shapes and makes who I am today.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about your experience in 2016 because you got an Olympic medal. So you know, when we watch you getting the medal, it was so fast, only 12 or 13 seconds. So when you realized that you got the medal, when you look into the big screen in the stadium in Rio de Janeiro, and you learn that you got the medal, you know, I would like to know a little bit more about how uh, how was the feeling, right? I wonder if your mind went straight to Atlanta, Georgia, and you started to remember some things that happened during your childhood when you were a teenager. So how was it?
I mean, I think I'm a pretty spiritual person. So the first thing that my mind went to was praying to God because, you know, it was very tight for me and the girl who came in fourth place. So, you know, I was really praying. And then I think once I saw my name on the screen and I knew I had secured the bronze medal, it was just a sense of relief and, you know, just honor. It took me 8 years just to make my first Olympic team. So a little bit after the messages started pouring in, like I couldn't even get any more texts on my phone. And it really made me feel good to represent the city of Atlanta. And even when I came back, Ambassador Andrew Young, he's one of my mentors, and he's always been so supportive of throughout the course of my entire career. He's always been right there and right by my side, and came back for the mayor's 5K, and Mayor Bottoms was there, and just everyone kind of swarmed me and was so welcoming and warm, and that's what really made me feel good to come back to the city of Atlanta and share such an amazing experience that I had shared in, and really make everyone feel like they were a part of that, like they were in Rio.
So, Kristi, nowadays with technology, it's pretty easy to find anything, right? So if you go to the YouTube page and if you type your name, you're gonna find quickly the way that you got the medal. So I wonder how many times you watch it, those 13 seconds, and you know, for example, did you watch it again today? Did you watch it? Did you watch yesterday? So how many times you watched that?
You know, I'll watch it on social media. So if it comes up on Instagram, you know, I'll check it out there. And you know, believe it or not, believe it or not, I'll be studying it more, going into Tokyo for next year since we had this year off. So next year I'm going for the gold, of course. So just trying to see what part of the race that I can get better at. I don't have the best start. So I was probably in sixth or seventh place until hurdle 5. So even just cleaning that up will really help me elevate to the next level and, you know, get the things that I need to get that gold.
Kristi, I gotta ask you regarding something that the American media talked a lot about it, and I was in Brazil during the Olympics, so the Brazilian media talked about that as well. So everybody wanted to understand why you you were wearing the Hindu Bindi. Uh,
Okay.
so that's our opportunity to ask you why were you wearing it?
Well, I originally started wearing the bindi because, I wanted to just add some flavor and flair to my overall just race presence and what I did on the track. But then initially I started wearing it so that worldwide different girls and women would be able to identify with me and see the Hindu Bindi as a symbol of just creativity, of beauty, of sports, of, really resilience. So it was just more one of those things as a symbol of really me uniting myself with all the women across the world.
That's incredible. And did you imagine that the press would be talking about it? Because sometimes they highlight it in so many ways, the fact that you got the medal, but the Hindu Bindi as well was something that everybody was writing and posting about. So did you have any idea that it would have a lot of repercussion? People would be talking about it.
I didn't expect people to talk about it so much because, believe it or not, a lot of young ladies and young women wear it in our culture and things like that. But I mean, I thought that it was great. It was fine. I'm going to continue to wear it when I'm racing. It's a staple for me now. And so many young girls, they were encouraged to wear them. And anytime I'm wearing it, everyone's like, what's that? What do you know? So even if it is bringing awareness to the Hindu culture or bindis or just girls across the world who don't normally participate in sport, seeing me and, becoming motivated or me providing some sort of inspiration worldwide, that was always my primary goal of wearing it, as well as making a fashion statement.
And how was your experience when you came back to Atlanta, Georgia? How was the reception here?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I mean, it was so many people being so supportive. So many people watched the race. And that made me feel great. It was good because with the Olympics being in Rio, time zone was relatively the same. So it wasn't like 5 hours ahead, or I think Tokyo now is going to be 13 hours ahead. So most people will be watching in the morning. But no, I mean, everyone was so receptive. Everyone wanted to wear the medal, which made me feel good because when I was young, I never met an Olympic medalist. I never put a medal on. So I never knew what it was like to have an Olympic medal around my neck. So I always let everyone wear it and touch it and everything like that. So that was amazing too.
So did your family prepare a special reception? How was it?
Yeah, I had an intimate reception with my family just so that everyone could take pictures and wear the medal and stuff like that. So they were all happy. Everyone wanted like a piece, of me, which was good. I mean, it got a little overwhelming at times, but it was definitely worth it.
That's fantastic. So regarding your experience as a philanthropist, I know that you highlight that in your website as well. So I think that only a few people know that you are extremely engaged on this field. So what have you been doing on this field as a philanthropist?
Well, I actually was an ambassador of sport. I went to Guyana and did some track clinics over there. So that was great. That was with the U.S. Embassy, and that was an amazing experience. And I volunteer and give back all the time to youth sports organizations, whether it may be calling a young girl to just motivate her who may be discouraged, or going to different community service events with Nike. I've done several of those around the United States, as well as USA Track and Field. So I really try to really engage and pour into the youth of this country, because they are the next leaders. They are the next medalists. Believe it or not, the 2028 Olympics is right here in America in Los Angeles. So a lot of the kids that I'm giving back to and mentoring now, they are going to be competing in that Olympics. So it's always really important for me to share my story and really, you know, pass down my playbook so that they don't make some of the same mistakes that I made. And I'm working on an organization myself that I will be sharing a little bit later this year. So I'm really excited about that. It's for girls and women and all about philanthropy and giving back. So that's definitely a big part of my career and my life at this point, with preparing for next year and as well as making sure that the next generation has what they need to be successful.
So please keep us posted about the initiatives that you are going to perform. I'm really curious to see everything that you're gonna do. But I still have some questions regarding your expectations for the future, right? Not only for the next Olympics, but you know, do you want to continue working with, you know, mentoring young people? So what do you want to do as a, let's say, as a former athlete in you know, in a long future? Because you're gonna you're gonna stay as an athlete for so many years, but after that, what do you want to do?
Well, after I, you know, love to stay in sports and entertainment, of course, that's been a lane that I've been in for quite some time. So if that's opportunity in film and TV and even, you know, helping other young athletes as well, as far as marketing and things like that. And then I'm also heavy into, you know, real estate development and planning, really financial security and just financial literacy amongst, I mean, my passion, because I'm a woman and being a woman in this country, especially a Black woman during this time, is so important. So I really feel like it's very near and dear to my heart to ensure that the next generation of young women are financially secure and they are stable. They can save, you know, save for buying homes and investing in their futures, becoming entrepreneurs, as well as traveling. I think travel is just one of those things that, you know, really instill a lot of good values into you. Every different country that I've been to, I've learned about their culture and their values and just how they expand. So, you know, I will take all of the, you know, lessons and work ethic, because when you are a Olympic athlete, an international athlete, any type of athlete on a high level, you just, that work ethic, the drive, the passion that you have, it's just instilled in you so that any field that you transition to afterwards, you will be successful. So I'm very confident that, you know, with whatever field that I stick to, or maybe I'll be well versed how I am now, in the future, you'll still be seeing my names out there, and whether it's on the big screen or small screen or a little bit of both, I think that'll be where I'm heading towards in the future.
That is powerful, Kristi. That is powerful. So I have two more questions for you. So usually, you know, when we get prepared to finish the interview, usually I ask my guests to send a message in their first language. But you are an American, so we'll be good for that. But I would have something special for you. So let's pretend that the city of Atlanta is a person. So what would you like to say to this person?
I would say that you're strong, we're strong, and we are continuing to grow. And I always tell anyone that the glass is half full. The glass is always half full. In this country right now, we have a lot of, you know, tension as far as social justice initiatives and holding each other accountable. And I would say that, you know, you're a light. You are a light. We are a light. We are a beacon of hope. We are an opportunity. And as long as you continue to see yourself as an opportunity, continue to see yourself grow, and be inclusive, invite others, allow others, share your story. Share your story, whether it's good or bad. Your story has value and people need to hear it.
Wow, wow, wow. Amazing, amazing answer. And regarding your fans, I know that you really appreciate being followed by them. So how can we follow you? So are you on Instagram, on YouTube? How can we follow you?
Yes, I'm on Instagram. It's my name, Kristi, with a K, Kristi. My last name, Castlin. My Twitter is the same. My Facebook is the same. So I pretty much keep it, pretty universal across my social media platforms. And I will be starting a YouTube channel as well later in the year for my organization. So please, please, please follow me on social media, and I will be doing some giveaways and different things as the year is ending. I know we can all use a little extra help and giveaways and good things like that, especially as the holiday season is approaching. So yeah, I'm just so excited and so fortunate for everyone that follows me, everyone that sends me a message and supports me, and every opportunity that I have to share my story to inspire the next generation of leaders in this country.
So Kristi Hollywood Castlin, Atlanta is so proud of you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.